Hello everyone, and welcome to what should be the final episode of Pikmin. Yesterday we entered the final trial, and we cleared the entire puzzle section out the way. Today, we go back into the final trial to defeat the final boss of the game. Let us hope that it goes well. Now, there are several ways in which you can beat this boss, but I'm going to try and do it the easiest method, which only requires red and yellow Pikmin. So we won't need our blues, they're just going to get the day off. So, for this strategy we need 15 yellows, and we need 85 reds. You've got to be very careful with this strategy as well, because it is very easy to mess up. And then there's the other problem as well. Yes, the final boss of Pikmin 1 is actually crossing bridges, because Pikmin are not very good at crossing bridges in this game. They learn that ability in the second game. Okay, so we got our 100 Pikmin. No one fell in the water, right? That was close though, it looked like one of them was trying to go for a swim. Okay. So, if it's not obvious, this is a boss arena. Like, obviously that's the final boss of the game. I mean, you would think it is. So the first thing we're going to do is divide our squad up so that our yellows can be separated, because they are going to be collecting bomb rocks. And I know it only looks like there's 3 here, but there's actually 15. Like, watch this. Like, they just magically pull bombs out of the ground. So it looks like a couple of them didn't get one. That's alright, we can just have another go. There we go. Right, don't accidentally whistle them, because they'll drop all the bombs and then you've just wasted the day. You'll have to restart. Okay. So, first things first, we need to get our bombs in the right position for this strategy to work. We're going to want to aim roughly about here. We don't want it too close, and we don't want it too far away from the boss either. Next up, we need to reposition our reds. And what we do is we want to line up diagonally here. We want to disband our reds. And this boss here, the final boss, can only be triggered if you walk into it with Olimar or you throw a Pikmin at it. And we're going to trigger him with Olimar. So what he's going to do is he's going to awaken and just launch us back into our reds. So let's go. Okay, unfortunately I was a bit too close with the yellows. But we're just going to throw as many Pikmin on as we can. Okay, I got him. And that's how you beat the final boss. At long last, I found the final part. My secret safe. And it's as full as ever. How glad I am that I've persisted in my search without losing hope. Now I can leave this planet without any regrets. Maybe I'll even stop and pick up some souvenirs for my wife and kids back on planet Hokotate. Or Hokotati. I don't know what the correct pronunciation is. Sadly though, 6 yellows did perish. And he just drops a load of... What is the point? Like, that's useless. We've just beaten the game when we get this part back. But anyway, that boss is Emperor Bulblax. He is the Emperor of the Bulblax Kingdom. But yeah, I know I made that fight look a lot easy, trust me. That nearly went horribly wrong, because he nearly got back up. And when he gets back up, he just jumps and squashes all of your Pikmin off of him. But I had faith that they would be able to defeat him, and they defeated him just barely in time. I did mess that up slightly, because 6 of my yellows got blown up. I was a little bit too late when calling my Pikmin back. I finally recovered every ship part. Now I can return back to Hokotate, or Hokotate? I don't know how you pronounce it. I used to call it Hokotate, but apparently that's wrong. Yeah, we did it. That is the end of the game. And with that, Olimar has taken off. But for those of you who stuck around and watched every single part of this playthrough, you have my gratitude, especially when I wasn't able to upload for nearly 3 weeks. And now that the Pikmin are able to fight back on their own, helping their chances of surviving. And we have all the different coloured onions, which is funny because there's a bunch of Pikmin colours that have not been discovered yet, even though we've had up to Pikmin 4. And I'm glad I was finally able to fully record this game, because I really enjoy this game. I did have a bit of frustration near the middle part of the game. I think it was day 9 or 7, I think it was, where I was visibly frustrated because I had a rough day at work. But yeah, compared to my practice file, I did a lot better. Other than my practice file had more Pikmin that were sprouted at the end or surviving, but my practice file had a lot more Pikmin defeated, and I was 3 days faster as well. And yeah, here's all the parts. So the massage machine, space float, Nova Blaster, UV lamp, and secret safe were not needed. Everything else was though. But we're going to save, and we are going to see the credits. Thanks to all these brilliant people who made this game. This was a GameCube launch title, and it's a very underappreciated franchise. Pikmin is a very, very underrated franchise, because a lot of people just don't really like RTS games. RTS being real-time strategy. And honestly, it has its flaws, I cannot deny. Bridges, they're scary in this game. As well as the Pikmin love doing their own thing when you tell them not to, which is just a bit frustrating. And then of course there's just things not going your way. But for the most part, This game's really enjoyable, and if you haven't really played a Pikmin game before, I'd highly recommend you start with this one or Pikmin 3. I would not recommend Pikmin 2 or 4, well, maybe 4 actually, because it does teach you a lot better, but don't start with Pikmin 2, otherwise you're going to have a rough time. A lot of people think that Pikmin 2 is the hardest game, and I can see where they're coming from, but I think Pikmin 1 is the hardest one just because the AI is not the greatest. And now it tells us all the enemy names as well. The frame rate's really choppy in this for some reason. Yeah, and you can see there's 3 burrowing Snagrets in there. Yeah, we only battled 1. It starts off alphabetical. Oh, we didn't see these enemies. These things spawn on day 16 in the distant spring. Yeah, that's the difficult part there. If you don't use the bombs, he will just eat a lot of your Pikmin. We didn't fight Bulblax either, I did it on my practice file. I think it was harmless to the Pikmin, but not Olimar. And we got the Mamuta instead though. There's the Mamuta. Pearly Clam, that thing is devastating if not fought correctly. That's the optional boss, Smoky Prog. Not recommended to fight it on your first playthrough, because it can instantly kill your Pikmin by just walking over them. These things are ruthless in the second game. I'm terrified of these things in Pikmin 2. This game they're not too bad. They have slightly more health than the dwarf, or not the dwarf, the regular Bulblax, the spotty Bulblax, these guys. Water Dumples, rarely on their own, usually in groups. And we've got the Wogpoles. And then we've got the Wollywogs, enemy that no one likes in Pikmin. And that is it. The end, the happy end. Because we got the happy ending. So, that is going to be the end of my Pikmin playthrough, as we have now finished the game. I'll catch you guys in my next playthrough, which I'm not sure when it's going to be. Most likely sometime mid-August. See you guys then. Or not August, July. Sorry, we're in June at the moment. So sometime mid-July, I would say. See you guys then.